Welcome everyone, I'm John from Agility, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up the Azure Container Registry on the Azure Cloud. We are continuing from our previous video where we logged in and set up a resource group. So we've already done all of that. If you haven't followed from the previous video, you'll need to log in on your side and make sure that you have created a resource group. So please check out that video if you haven't done so yet. What we're going to do is we're going to move over to our cheat sheet on GitHub, which I also explained in previous videos, and there will be a link in the show notes to get to this cheat sheet, which gives us step-by-step instructions on how to set up our Kubernetes environment. We've already logged into Azure and created a resource group. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and create the container registry. Also discussed in the defining environment values, we know that our resource group name is Registries, and we also know that we are going to name our container registry ACR Dev, all lowercase, as per Microsoft's requirements. We're going to provide a basic SKU, and we are going to set the location to West Europe. So let me go ahead and copy this command, and we're going to go straight to Visual Studio Code. And we've already logged in, so I'm just going to go and paste this command and update the values accordingly. Okay, so you can see the resource group is Dev, the ACR is ACR Dev lowercase, the SKU is basic, and the location is West Europe. So we can go ahead and hit this and enter this command. Alright, so that should have taken a few seconds, and you would have received some information in JSON format related to the container registry that you just created. So now let's go to the next step, and what we're going to do now is we're also going to go and set up a service principal for our container registry, and this is the authentication that this is essentially setting up the authentication between our Kubernetes cluster and the container registry, because they are actually separate entities. So we're just making sure that they do have access to speak to each other. Otherwise we'll not be able to deploy containers or set up deployments and pods to our Kubernetes cluster when they need to reference images that are now sitting inside our container registry. So this part is quite important. Alright, so here comes our first command. It's pretty much a copy paste, but notice I say over here, take note of the app ID and password that will be returned when entering this command, because we are going to be using it later on in other commands as well. So we'll take note of that. That's fine. This will take a few seconds to run. Alright, so we've got our app ID and password over there. What we're now going to go and do is we are now going to go and set up, create an environment variable and set this value inside there for this ACR underscore ID. Note that in PowerShell you have to replace ACR underscore ID with $env colon ACR ID. This is how you define a variable in PowerShell. So please just make note of that before copying and pasting this. You'll notice it won't work. So we're just going to go ahead and paste it over here. And I'm just going to quickly update the values. Right, so I've updated the values. You can see the name is our ACR name, which is ACR Dev, and the resource group is Dev. So I can go and enter this command. And now we can take the final step, which is to go and create the role assignment. And again, for this role assignment in PowerShell, replace the normal $ACR ID with $env colon ACR ID. And you see over here we have the app ID. We need to go and grab that from this app ID parameter over here. So we'll just go and grab this value, and let's go ahead and paste it inside here. Right, and we've got our scope, which is ACR underscore ID, which will be retrieved from this variable, and we can go ahead and hit enter. Again, this only takes a few seconds, so you would have also received the result back in JSON format confirming that the role assignment has been created. Our Azure registry container is set up and ready to go. We can now move forward and create the actual Kubernetes cluster. So thanks everyone for watching this video. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, so until the next video, cheers for now.